You're not waiting on God. You are afraid. And this may be a segue from my last video. You're not waiting on God. You're afraid. And you being afraid is putting you in a place of procrastination. You are just like, oh, I'll get to it. Oh, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I thought you some big things, new year, new me. What happened to all that? Yeah, I'm gonna get to it. I'm just so busy. I got stuff I gotta do. And then you go home and go, oh, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. Some of y'all, you can't even picture yourself being successful, and that's what's holding you back. You don't even know what that looks like. You can't even conceptualize that because you've gotten so used to life being just bad to you. That's like toxic relationship syndrome. The grass ain't always greener, so I'm just gonna stay here and keep getting cussed out. I'm just gonna stay here and keep getting treated poorly. I'm just gonna stay here because it could be worse. Listen, if you're already living in worse, it can't, and there is no could be worse. You're already in worse. So if you're already in worse, why don't you work on better and moving towards getting better and moving towards something better in your life? Stop with this procrastination. Stop with this fear disguised as procrastination. Fear disguised as indifference. Fear disguised as I don't care. I just don't care. I don't care. Whatever. I don't care about anything or anybody or anything. And it's what it is. I'll be choking trying to do that voice. Hold on, it's coming back. It is what it is. Like, I don't care. Yes, you do. You do care. The fact that you say that you don't care tells me that you do care. And so because you care, I'm telling you, get off your derriere, get off your rare, and move into the air that's rare. Bars. I'm in here just talking, but I'm joking, but I'm serious. I'm joking, but I'm serious. To get into a rare air, right, it takes a certain level of elevation. And yeah, as you get higher, the air, may get a little bit thinner. But as you begin to elevate, you become more equipped, and you get better capacity to deal with that rare air. But it takes you having to elevate. Are you willing to elevate? Now, for some of y'all, that may mean just chasing after your goals this year. That may mean just improving just a little bit. For others, it may mean complete consistency. You know you ain't been eating right for 3 years. I'm willing to talk. I've been eating good. We're around the holidays. I've been eating good. But I'm going to get right back to being good Monday through Friday. And I'm going to eat whatever I want on Saturday. And on Sunday is hit or miss, because we go to church and, black church don't end. But so, I may barely eat on my Sunday, but Monday through Friday, I'm trying to do what I have to do in eating as clean as I possibly can. Once we get out of this holiday season. But some of y'all been eating bad for 3 years. And so you know that this year, to have the energy that you need for your kids, have the energy that you need to walk down the stairs without breathing heavy, have the energy that you need to get through a shift at work and not feel completely wiped out. You are going to have to change your habits, and you got to be consistent. You got to pick your consistency. Is it 2 days a week you're going to eat right? Is it 5 days a week? Is it 7 days a week you're going to eat right? What are you going to do? Are you going to have a cheat meal once a month, cheat meal once a week? Some people believe in cheat days. You got to figure out what works well for you and your body. You got to figure out where you are and be honest with yourself. If you eating cookies every single night, a cheat meal ain't gonna do it for you in the beginning. So you might say, I'm gonna eat clean 3 days on, 3 days off. But you gotta be honest about where you are currently. And you're gonna build yourself up along the way. Yes.
Dinner is ready, and B, how many tacos do you want?
Okay. I have 3 tacos.
Okay, and you've been married to Mom for 8 years.
8 years?
This year will be 9.
Okay. All right. So those of you who watched my last video, my daughter reminded me of a couple things. 1, dinner's ready, so we're gonna get off of here soon. 2, I actually have been married 8 years. 8 years. I'll be forgetting a year or so here and there already, and that sounds horrible. It's only been 8 years, but honestly, it feels like it's been so much longer. I did date her, 2 or so years prior to getting married, but it feels so much longer because I found somebody who I can truly rely on. I found somebody who I can truly love and who reciprocates my love. I found somebody who balances me out and evens me out, and who wants to build a life together, right? And wants to work on our shortcomings as a couple and get better, because we want this thing to last between us. And that's a beautiful thing when you find the right person who wants to build, who wants to love, who desires to have a godly relationship, meaning that God comes first and we're exemplifying, we're using his, not exemplifying, we're using his example, using the example of Jesus as the marker for how we handle our relationships. We're handling our disagreements according to how the Bible would instruct us to do so. And we're being slow to anger. And we're giving a soft answer. I told y'all, I think last video or the last 2 videos ago or so, about how around Christmas I had a little snafu. I said something I shouldn't have said to my wife, but then we moved forward. So it's not that you're perfect, but it's that you have that example and that you're working and using that example as the way to love in your relationship. I want to love my wife the way Jesus loves the church. I have that heart and she has that same heart. And so, that's what you want in your relationship. You want someone who just is chasing after God's own heart and wants to progress with someone together. You have those things, and I think you're golden. We haven't even talked about looks or anything like that, but it don't matter. It don't matter. I've already gotten off topic. Excuse me. But as I get ready to close today, you have to choose your heart this year and decide, do you want hard, but you're getting some progress and working on you? Or do you want to just live your life the way you've always lived your life and have your life get progressively harder because you're not being consistent in your habits day to day? I'm not saying be perfect. I'm not saying that every day is going to be a picnic. I'm saying figure out how to start, where to start, and slowly begin to build those habits and move in the right direction, because either way it's going to be hard. So you have to choose your heart. All right, I got to go eat. Think about it.